USMCA trade until April 2nd. I wonder how much of our market is encompassed by that agreement. What percentage of goods? I'm curious.
I'm thinking
They should just they should keep their tariffs up. They should say, that's cool that you drop your tariffs, but we're going to keep ours up for a month. And then every single time you tariff us, whatever you do, we'll drop them, but it's going to be a month. The market literally doesn't care. Pump like 0.01% and it's still dropping now. I mean, it's not reliable. Remember, stability is what I said, right? It's stability.
Yeah, but a part of this is, and we'll see if Destiny gets into this here, but he's going to get into young Nick for sure. But this is the tariff conversation. I'm going to tell you what the real problem is. Tariffs have caused problems for businesses because it's unpredictable. And the problem is, it is Trump, but it's really Congress. I'll get into that. This is Destiny on his channel. Of course, Stephen, but now he's going to talk about young Nick and Donald Trump and the tariffs.
Jesus. You can't do this. You can't keep doing this. Nobody wants to live in this environment where nobody knows what the is going on. The trade deficit skyrocketed because Canadians imported a bunch of shit to prepare for the tariffs. Wouldn't that make or do you mean they imported it from other people? Or do you mean they imported it last quarter or something and now they're not buying anymore or something? Wait, hold on. Wait, what is this? Oh no. The U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis announced today that the goods service deficit was $131.4 billion in January, up $33.3 billion from $98.1 billion in December, revised. Oh no. This reminds me of that UK chart where they were like, all right, liberals, push his button and Brexits, and then it's like 500% increase in foreign workers over the next couple of years. I don't know why or what happened for the UK, why that happened, but Jesus. Oh no. What's going on here? We're subsidizing the countries even more. The U.S. beating its chest versus all the world besides Israel. Is Trump scared of something? True! You know what? Maybe the Nazis were right. Because of all the people that Trump has fucked over, Canada, Mexico, the United States, all of Europe, NATO. We haven't fucked over Israel yet. What's going on with that? Arguably, one of the least valuable of all these players. What the fuck? What the fuck? What's going on here? Mm-hmm. God damn it. I need the Nick Fuentes analysis on this ASAP. What's going on?
No,
the Fuentes analysis.
No, you don't need them. You're coming to the conclusion. You'll get there.
You can't alienate everybody all at once. You can't declare a trade war with no goals against both of your neighbors.
I've been saying this. I'm going to get back to Nick. I don't want to interrupt it. I've been saying this on everything. Politicians need to tell us clearly what is not even goal, what is the problem you're trying to solve? That's what I need the answer to, because I might not even agree with the problem, and we can definitely see, wait a second, if you're trying to solve this problem, these actions won't do it. The Inflation Reduction Act, perfect example. If the idea was to reduce inflation, obviously that wasn't the way to solve it.
You can't threaten all of your...
That one guy who made that subreddit post loves Nick Fuentes' stream, I bet. It's good composition.
Treaty allies that you're in
but he's out of focus, I think. Or the resolution's just really low, I can't tell.
A defensive alliance with in Europe, such that they are talking about strategic autonomy from the United States. You cannot talk about expelling all Palestinians such that the entire Arab League condemns what you said and offers a counterproposal. You cannot get rid of all of America's soft power and dry up all that State Department money.
Do you agree with the Reddit post? No.
That keeps all the other countries in line. At the same time that BRICS has added 5 or 6 new members. At the same time that the UN General Assembly is voting 190 against you.
God. The problem is, Nick is a politics guy, meaning he wants power, right? Not like pop politics, like the left or whatever. But Trump is not a politics guy. And Trump doesn't do anything for more political power. It's just, I don't know.
No, Destiny, you're right. Destiny's right. But this time, Trump isn't really, he's more of a shell than the first time. Elon Musk is doing stuff for power. So I don't know what's happening on the chessboard from that standpoint. Nick has a great point. you're alienating a lot of people. I'm an isolationist, and so is Nick, I think, to a certain extent. I mean, I'm more than Nick is. I don't need soft power like that. I don't need soft power hidden under USAID. If we're going to do soft power, it's got to be transparent. But I have a problem. I don't know what's going on. It's, to me, Elon Musk and the tech bros are running this, and not Trump. So that's why they are getting power. Destiny.
It's even more unpopular than Russia's invasion of Ukraine. At the same time that China is producing 400 times more ships in the United States, that Russia's producing 20 times more ammunition, that we don't even control the supply chains for the critical minerals we need for electronics and phones and batteries and the energy transition. You can't do it all at once. And so people say, well, who cares about a couple of brown people in Gaza? Who cares about the plight of a couple of, low IQ brown people in Gaza? Who really cares? Diplomacy actually matters. Coalition building and power projection in the world actually matters. The idea that we're going to let Israel ethnically cleanse Palestine and then we're going to turn over the keys to them so we can focus on China, it's a terrible idea, and it's not going to work. And everybody that is selling us on that idea, they're Israelis. They're Israelis that don't really care about the fact that America is losing.
Since when did Fuentes care about U.S. soft power? I thought he was a pro-Russia / anti-West anyways.
No, that's not new from Nick. It's one of the rare areas that I have to look at it. It's very hard for me to disagree with Nick without being very solid, but I'm not as big on the soft powers. I can tell you that for sure. I'm not as big on the soft powers he is. But you can't live in a box without any soft power. That the soft power is politics. It's how you influence the rest of the world. If everybody else is using soft power, is basically manipulation, control without military use, basically.
The thing is that so one, it's hard because Nick always has two positions. It's whatever he's publicly presenting that he wants his Groyper movement to move towards, and then it's whatever he personally feels. And I don't watch a lot of his shit, so it's hard to keep track of both of these.
Destiny, he gave a take. Just talk about the take, okay? We don't need your psychoanalysis.
Any given point in time. However, generally, Nick is at least politically pragmatically minded, meaning in his mind there are political ideas that have some logical through line. Like, this would make sense. My guess would be, I'm guessing here without knowing his private position or watching much of his public content, but my guess would be it's going to be similar to what I said a while ago, is that it's not so much that he's pro-Russian and anti-Ukraine. He just doesn't see much value in America sucking up to Europe or whatever, and he just wants a stronger America first, the world police bullshit, those types of talking points. However, if you were an America first person and you wanted to strengthen America and you didn't want to be the world police and you want to say Israel and Ukraine and Europe, then you would be dramatically strengthening your ties with Mexico and Canada. Starting fights with Mexico and Canada, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like saying, I can swim all on my own and I'm going to cut off the floaties that I'm using, and you've got floaties around both your biceps, and then you slice off both your arms. And you're like, I'm going to go swim on my own now. Like, what the fuck? It's just such a horrible, 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 horrible strategy. There is no strategy. It's not a strategy at all. Somebody said, I don't think he's saying he cares here. He's just explaining why this is bad for the U.S. I don't think he's actually said that this is happening. Oh, that could be it too then. Maybe he's just going, this is why some people say, maybe it's possible.
Standing in the world because of this. Israel loses nothing. All of Israel's neighbors already hate Israel. It's America that is losing face. It is America that is losing credibility.
It's not necessarily true, but
The United States and its reputation in the world is suffering.
True.
And will suffer in the long term, for real. And the only reason is...
I guess the thing that's confusing for me, and some of this could also be personal for Nick, because he got personally slighted by Trump.
No, it's not.
Everybody saw this coming.
No, it's not. Trump. Nick is... I watch Nick a lot, so I can speak to... And I'm not speaking for Nick, but I know what's happening here. Nick is a supporter of Trump. He admires Trump, considers Trump an American hero. The intro to his show features Donald Trump. This does not excite Nick to have to go against Donald Trump. That's not... I mean, it puts him in a weird spot where... And Destiny's gonna talk about this. I'm calling him D. Like, it's probably a bad use considering what he likes to do in his free time. But Nick is in a weird place where he might need to change his intro if he's not really as pro-Trump as he used to be. But you can still celebrate the 2016 Trump.
Like, this is how Trump has talked. Nothing here is surprising. Trump is just following through on everything he said he would do. He talked about wanting to tariff people. He talked about wanting to tariff our allies. He talked about losing in trade to everybody even closer. Like, he's already said all these things before. So you can't really be surprised that Trump is following through on it. Unless you legitimately, and I can't believe that Nick is this stupid.
But the execution is different than following through on it, though. The execution is bad.
I don't know if I've ever... I don't know if...
Trump's going too fast. He needs to slow down. Elon Musk has AI. Elon Musk does not slow down. He goes fast, 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 fast. He's got to slow down.
I've heard Nick use the negotiations copium line before that I hear so many other otherwise seemingly intelligent adults use. Oh, no, he's just saying that to negotiate. I don't know if I've heard Nick use that line before. Maybe Nick has. But, like, man, if you genuinely believe that, how stupid are you? How stupid are you?
Israel is telling us...
You can disagree with Nick, but there's no stupid take here. If you don't listen to Nick out, you don't have to. People have their thoughts about him, and most all of them don't even listen to him. He's a nerdy political show is all he is, with like off-color humor. That's literally all the show is. But there's other stuff to it that makes it good, but that's the core of it. There's nothing that Nick does stupid. He doesn't do stupid.
Israelis and Jews in the United States are telling us, oh, it's not such a big deal. So what? It's some brown people are going to die. Big whip. It's because Israel's power projection will increase, ours will decrease. When they control Gaza, when they destroy Iran, they will become much more powerful. When that happens, we don't become all that much more powerful. As a matter of fact, every country in the world hates it.
I don't hate the Jews, but I think Richard Spencer makes hella valid points.
Yep. Let me jump in with just my takeaway. The real problem with the tariff that's going on are the emergency powers. Typically, presidents can't slap tariffs around willy-nilly. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now. What the problem is that they are just, Trump is tariff, no tariff. Today I could do a tariff, tomorrow I can't do a tariff. He can because of emergency laws. So Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, that's a National Security Act, and the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, the IEEPA, hands the presidents arbitrary power that they should not have. So the takeaway is Congress doesn't do anything. Our House and our Senate, they do nothing. All they do is pass the buck and try to raise money to win a re-election. The only laws they're passing are laws that are written by the people who donate money to them and lobby to them. They write the laws and then they just sign off on them. Half these buffoons, you think AOC and Rashida Tlaib, you think they know how to write a law? They don't do any work really other than raising money and then their propaganda. Did you see that video with the Democrat women dancing like they're in Street Fighter? It's just so stupid. Congress isn't doing anything. Congress is the one that should be doing the tariffs. So if Congress is doing the tariffs, it obviously would take quite some time. There is no quick, I got to do a tariff. If Congress, say there was, the reason why they do that is, say a country does a tariff and you need to do a tariff back. They want the president to be able to say, I do a tariff back today. Bullish. It's just like war. Just like war, if we need to convene and get it done. They should be declaring war. They should be approving the tariffs, and you wouldn't have this uncertainty. A lot of people don't know what's going on, but it's really not just Trump. It's all of Congress, and then really it comes down to Americans just being ignoramuses.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.